Okay, sorry I'm late, but some people are just stupid. Some people are just stupid. Why do I change the one screen on my PC into two screens or the other way? Fuck you. You should know stuff like those. Basic. Absolute basic. Hate people. Yes, I do. Okay, we'll be redoing some stuff, yes? Kitty, no! 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 Sit down and don't touch my hand. I'm already late. Kitty.
I better get me some alpacas. Once they've hauled everything over to Snezhnaya, I can make a little extra by selling them.
What was that music? Meow.
Polonia. Search keyword world formula and bring me all relevant books.
Oh, so it's saved here. Cool. Actually, it looks like we won't have to catch up much. Or at all. Just have to catch up one sentence. Shh! I am Polonia. That's my name. Shh, Kitty. You are not here to make a scene. You are not the most important person in this room. I am. Mia, ha ha ha. Mia. Okay. Let's see the sound, how the sound works. Kitty is being picked up by Mike. Weird. Meow. Meow. Random meows on the stream. Jesus Christ! What a scary cat! It just accidentally hit something and she's gone. Oh fucking shit, and a lot of reading. We were assigned to the same lab. I was nervous at first, since everyone said that he was a child prodigy. Since the disaster, such people are more precious than ever. I had thought that an institute star recommended by higher ups might be more full of himself, but he is much better than I expected. He's just not the most sociable sort. No obvious symptoms. Wait, I think I read those before. Carter Skerbius. I made a huge mistake and knocked over an ancient geometry machine that took a lot of effort to bring back from the desert ruins. The machine came to life and made a huge mess of things. Though he is a lot younger than me, he's really smart. I can't believe that's how he managed to tame the machine. Maybe taming isn't the right word, maybe the other engineers will look down on me for using it. But it really did feel like taming. I know modern clockwork machines well enough, so I can see the huge technological gulf between the two. Even disregarding construction, we'll make little meaningful progress if we do not resolve the power issue. But I still have to be careful. I've never seen Elaine angry and I don't want to find out what he looks like when he gets angry. A few minor symptoms. Took the day off. I can hardly believe it. Elaine came to visit me and even brought his sister. She's a lovely little lady and unafraid of strangers. A fine day indeed. We discussed the idea of a thinking machine based on gems and tape circuits. I used the word discussed, but actually I just said things like oh, or that's really amazing, or how will you do that, whenever he paused and didn't make any real contributions. He was really into it though, and he behaved very differently than he usually does in the lab. His little sister is probably way smarter than I, a research assistant. It seems there are interesting upsides to having my disease flare up, but I would prefer to return to the institute and help as soon as I can. The additional machines got here, the previous ones are no longer usable since they were completely dismantled, but it did clear up a lot of things, at least according to him. Something about it being driven by the elements in the ley line, an interaction we cannot recreate with our current level of industrial precision and materials science. I helped to compile the report, but there is not so much I couldn't understand. Apparently lots of people are secretly unhappy that Elaine is getting more research resources than they are, but if you ask me, everyone is smarter than me and they should all get along. We'll make the world a better place that way. His sister said that some of their friends will be joining the institute. I'm looking forward to meeting them. No obvious symptoms. Joined the lab as new partners, but now their conversations are doubly confusing. Oh, I understand every word on its own just fine, but once they string them all together, I can't make heads or tails of it. Jacob is really the only one even close to being on the same level as me. I feel ashamed just writing that. An adult looking for reassurance from a child as young as he is. I feel like I've lost all the self-respect a grown-up should have. Based on their research on pre-Menergy machinery, seems like they decided to adopt this name. Elaine and René are thinking about trying to use the characteristics of Osha and Pneuma to construct a new kinetic power. A few minor symptoms. I may have contributed, well, maybe. I went on a picnic with Elaine, his sister, René and Jacob. It was technically supposed to be field research, but the idea came from Elaine's sister and me. We thought they lived all too little outside of their research, so we asked the institute director to arrange something. Petri course is not exactly the most exciting place, but the scenery is quite lovely since you can see the great waterfall. I brought a camera from the institute to take photos for them. I do hope we'll have more outings like this one, especially since that means more opportunities to take photos of his sister. After all, Elaine is always working. Given how he will not be with his sister as she grows up, these photos will come in handy later when he begins to regret not spending more time with her. Then he'll be able to see how she was at different times and it won't sting quite so much. If only my family had enough money for a camera, and if only things hadn't gone so wrong. I'm sure my mom would have taken lots of photos of me. René and Jacob like Elaine's sister a lot. Elaine's sister a lot too. When the four of them hang out, she sometimes acts like an older sister to them despite being the youngest, a fascinating dynamic. Seems to be interested in the ruins and the stone statues here. René also mentioned something about the troop and seals. Even though we went out there to have a bit of fun for once, they were still thinking about research. No obvious symptoms. Took the day off. Elaine's sister came to see me, along with Jacob. Elaine and Renee couldn't make it because their experiment is at a critical stage. They didn't have to tell me any of that, of course. That I was able to help at all despite my limited abilities is already fulfilling. I hear that Elaine and the Institute's director came to see me separately while I was unconscious. I feel bad that they came all this way for nothing. I wasn't even awake. Still taking time off, but I hope to go back and help them again soon. I found out that they were graduates from the Narcissus Cross Institute, and that made me really happy. They talked about the director and the vice-director as well as their adventures, and it made me feel like a kid again. The only detail that didn't make sense was the cake the vice-director made, because it felt like punishment when we had it. After the disaster, I lost contact with pretty much all my friends. I'm so happy that they were able to find each other again. I wonder how my friends are doing. They're probably trying to rebuild the Narcissus Cross Institute. I've got to go check it out next time. Talked about the thinking machine again. I had an idea about making a thinking camera so that it would take photos of those precious to him while he's busy. He thought it was kind of pointless, but that it had security and surveillance applications. Wait, is it about the dog? I think it's about the dog. They did it! The light bulb came on! I was lucky to have recovered in time to witness this historical moment. It's quite a pity, but I hope Renee and Jacob will make the breakthroughs of their own in their own research topics. I also hope they get better assistants than me. No obvious symptom. Took the day off. There were several visits while I was unconscious. It's a shame all I could do is read the letters they left behind. Jacob left me a note, inviting me to his and Renee's lab. There's something they want to talk to me about. I hope I can get out of bed soon. Aunt brought flowers for me, but they had already wilted by the time I woke up. Took the day off. I was able to get out of bed today. This is where I first met Elaine. For a time afterwards, I documented the experimental procedures and phenomena based on his oral descriptions, while standing here for the first time. He was trying to start up the machinery below in an ill-fitting lab coat. Renee and Jacob later entered through the door, and Elaine would temporarily forget to act the young genius rushing towards them like an energetic kid. Here I bore witness to the first successful controlled annihilation reaction. The brilliant light cast a deep dark shadow, and I believe history was made in that moment. Will someone like me, so excited I knocked over the ink bottle, play a role in an event that will go down in history? Behind the locked doors on the other side is Renee and Jacob's lab. It seems access was limited due to the dangerous nature of the research. They are destined to become towering figures in history. I guess Elaine moved to another lab. Based on his plan, once the energy problem was solved, he would study kinematics. I will go greet him later. I wonder how Anne is doing now. What manner of beauty will she grow up to be? I will stop writing here. I don't have much time left. I hope everything goes well. Keyword not located. Automenequi sermon dictation concerning the apocalypse. In light of the formal and rigorous proof outlined above, I believe that the correct term for this situation is fortuna. It is an ancient Lemurian technology, a wisdom unparalleled. I never imagined that Lemurian ideas would be so similar to the computation graph that I have named the world formula. This is strong evidence. Human civilization is bound to lose its potential amid ongoing exploration and evolution. Humanity's decline is in truth unfolding at this very moment. To put it bluntly, ladies and gentlemen, the apocalypse draws near. This is not the hallucinatory babbling of some wandering monk from Sumeru. Rather, it is a logical deduction grounded in reason and natural philosophy. Please take a look at this diagram. Beneath the most hidden of all hidden, the number of cycles, that is, the number of higher particles, can now only be 4. No new world cycle can be generated through reconciliation. In other words, the end of this current samsara is the end of infinite light. The sparks of civilization are but all extinguished unless we begin to consider introducing variables beyond the existing system. After all, the world is itself the external manifestation of a dream, and therefore... Wait, what? Please take a look at this diagram. Beneath the most hidden of all hidden, the number of cycles, that is the number of higher particles, can now only be 4. No new world cycle can be generated through reconciliation. In other words, the end of this current samsara is the end of infinite light. The sparks of civilization are all but extinguished unless we begin to consider introducing variables beyond the existing system. After all, the world is itself the external manifestation of a dream, and therefore... Keyword world formula located.
Let's see. This one is on Tonki's sermon dictation concerning the apocalypse. I believe that the correct term for this is Fortuna. This was an ancient Romorian technology, a wisdom unparalleled. I never imagined that Romorian ideas would be so similar to the diagram I have named, the world formula. This is strong evidence that human civilization should gradually shed possibilities as it continues to explore and evolve. The end of humankind may well be upon us right now. The sparks of civilization shall run out, unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Variables? Surely that can only mean one thing. Descenders?
Yeah, that was exactly what I thought too.
Dottore likely captured the traveler because of her descender status. But the Three Moons' authority comes from the world itself. Why would Dottore need anything beyond that? Where does this variable factor in? The world formula calculates the fate of an entire world. Introducing a variable would therefore give us... Polonia, search keyword pathway and bring me all relevant books.
Hey, I wanted to read the other books here. Fuck. I guess I made a mistake.
Otonki Sermon Dictation. Explications on the Chemical Marriage. These titles are pretty esoteric. Observe and compute the pathway displayed in the guidance diagram. Deconstructing and reversing its effects could generate potential ideas. So, it's one of Renee's draft lectures. Deconstructing the pathway. I suppose that could lead to a breakthrough. This is so long. This guy sure loves showing off his knowledge. Polonia, search keyword tree model and bring me all relevant books. Most of the experimental devices proposed by the Lilia Crucis Ordo are built based on the simple and basic logical structure of a tree model. Lilia Crucis. Guess they were trying to cover up the name of the Narcissenkreuz Ordo? When Duke St. Germanus departed, he said, "It seems that there's no going back. Alas, he is only a genius when it comes to machines. In all other things, he is but ordinary." Excuse me? I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. What kind of book is this? Great Detective Herlock, the Alchemist and the Clockwork Saint? Isn't this a novel? Come on.
Well, you don't know that novels in this world are just as important as everything else.
Still, the author swears that they knew Renee well. Whatever. I guess it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Renee would say nonsense like that on occasion. Memory, wishes, souls, and persona. Frankly, this sounds more like occultism, but if Albedo vouches for it, I suppose there must be some alchemical basis to these techniques. The way Alain Guillotin saw it, the world was comprised of machines. The universe needed machines, and thus his technologies were created. That's why I was born. René, his full name was René de Petrichor, if I recall correctly. Sounds like he and the town must be intricately connected. That place was also the source of most of our information regarding Remurian civilization. Seems like some of his projects were based on their technology. The cutting of souls and storing them in vessels. These seemingly unrelated techniques underpinned René's research, assuming that the 4 orthants correspond to alchemical categories. The chemical marriage model? Alain would have scoffed at that. He never would have let those theories or parameters anywhere near his mathematical formulas. What was Alain's view on René? I know he mentioned the name, albeit very rarely. Oh, now I remember. Alain's old notes are here too. They mentioned René once. René seemed most out of sorts when he spoke to me. A lack of sweet foods has dulled his mind, I should think. Either way, his words are not to be believed. Yep, that sounds like Alain. My subordinates actually did a half-decent job digging out all these materials. Makes a change. Good for them. Some of Alain's old files are completely consistent with these records. He must have gotten them from the Tower of Gestalt. I never knew he got his hands on René's records that early. He may have kept them, but he never even attempted to use them. Didn't believe a word they said. Come to think of it, René's world formula was filled with calculations of constants. That shows he believed that the fate of the world to be predetermined.
Yep.
As for Alain... it's been too long. I forget what he said. What would he have said? A guy like him, fervent believer in machines, but not headstrong enough. The world can be changed. It is worth persevering. Yes, that's how he used to think at least. He created that procedure to save this world. Yet the scale of the world's fate proved too enormous. The result was beyond his ability to calculate. He died having never seen the outcome. And there I was, left behind in the ashes of his dreams. Did you really never take a close look at René's research? Or did you read it but deem his philosophy incompatible with your model? The very thought of trying to incorporate his ideas probably made you feel sick to the stomach. Well, don't worry, because there's a whole new category of lunatic in town. Next to Dottore, every other madman looks sane.
Yeah, wait. I had the late reaction because I looked to the side when she was slandering the Torah.
You once asked me what I wished for. Should have asked him instead. He's the one pining for things you'd sooner die than witness. Even the tiniest variable can make big waves in the present. Now then, allow me to put these incompatible fragments together in your stead. First, establish and verify the existence of the Great Circle. Absolute nihil on one end, absolute reality on the other. Now, search between these two extremes. Then, the construction criteria. Variables. The sparks of civilization shall run out unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Input variables. Traverse the world, space-time, and civilization. Then extract the essential nodes from the records to determine which variables they point to. The primordial power that differentiated itself from the void. The power of light. Yes, light. Records. Hyperborea. This is horrendously complicated. After all that, I'm still missing a few variables. I need to think this through again. How do you think it looks, Polonia? Like the frenzied scrawlings of a madwoman?
Probably. Colonia is silent. It looks like when I went quiet for a moment, the mic decided to be a problem. I don't know why. Anyway, Polonia is silent. Polonia is silent. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why do I see one person watching? But I don't see them on in the restream. I wonder why it's not picking it up. Anyway.
Fine, keep it to yourself.
Lord.
It's not like you can talk anyway. I'll assume you gave it a passing grade.
So Polonia can't talk and you ask her questions?
I jest. But true madness does often start with trying to save the world. What would Arlecchino and Columbina think if they saw this incomprehensible hen scratch? They'd probably have me institutionalized.
Lol.
So would Rosaline. She's been dead for a while now. When I close my eyes and think back, I can still see her face. And that enormous dress she used to wear. Such a bizarre choice. What possessed her? Oh, and the clack-clack of those heels used to drive me insane.
Why are we reminding ourselves about the most evil woman in it?
No one's asking me, obviously, but I hope you all know that I never wanted to save the world. I'm not crazy. I don't have delusional ambitions, and that's a clinical fact. The world needs a solution, but I don't need the world's validation. It's the world begging me for answers, not the other way around.
She reminds me of Herta a bit. Tea time. Pick out the refreshments. The Polonia is a glorified battler too.
Oh, cookies to go with the tea. Let's see. They must be from that person who brought those documents. I see they're from Hotel de Boer. Something's written on the box. We are proud to present this homage to the Fortress of Maripede's fun-filled mill collection system. Fortune cookies. Have a lucky start to your day. Sounds like a dumb gimmick to me. Be early to bed and early to rise. Get plenty of sun and drink plenty of water. Then things will surely go well for you. What? Are you kidding me? Somehow I doubt that an early night and a glass of water is magically gonna save a world on the brink of existential peril.
Well, what is Arlecchino doing?
Lady Arlecchino, word has reached us that Lady Marionette's troops are all in position. They are ready to act as soon as the order is given.
Excellent.
The only thing is, they are fewer in number than we expected. It looks like many of them must have lost their lives at the hand of the monsters released by the Doctor.
Can't be helped. Allow them to join our ranks and keep in contact.
As you wish.
Lovely.
It's been a while, Arlecchino. You look well.
Child!
Did Dottore really have to build his lab right on the sole path between Snezhnaya and Nodkrai? Had to go on a huge detour to stay out of its line of sight.
Sounds like an arduous journey. I assume you've brought word from Her Majesty?
Of course, all part of the job. Firstly, the Tsaritsa has authorized Fatui Internal Affairs to review Dottore's case. They will reach a formal verdict on whether he has turned traitor and whether he poses a threat to Snezhnaya. While they're working on that, I've been ordered to come and receive the refugees from Nodkrai.
They are nearby. My team will escort you to them shortly.
Great. Aside from that, Her Majesty has a message for you and Sandrone personally. Huh? Where is Sandrone?
She stayed behind to work since I was making the trip anyway. It seemed sensible to have one person on standby at base while the other came out to meet you.
All right, guess that's just how she rolls. In that case, tell her that the Tsaritsa's decree this time is pretty awesome sounding. I think she'll like this one. Still, I wonder what... Wait, what's that? Did one of our troops turn into a monster?
Take him out.
Oh no!
You've gotten stronger, Arlecchino. Nice.
Stop that right now. I appreciate the praise, but I am not fighting you today.
I knew it. Riptide! You're mine! Bring it on! I can't believe it. He was a living, breathing human one moment, and the next...
Another fine piece of work by our dear colleague, I'm afraid.
What in the world has been going on in Nodkrai?
A lot. But long story short, Dottore stole 2 moon marrows that should have belonged to Columbina, then built a 3rd moon marrow of his own to concentrate the Trilunar Authority in his hands.
What? What do you mean he built a moon marrow? People build roads and houses, not moon marrows. What's his next DIY project? He's gonna build a god?
He already tried!
You could stand to be less surprised. We are harbingers. The work we are engaged in makes the creation of gods seem mundane by comparison. I tell everyone who asks that you once crossed swords with Rex Lapis while serving as a key supporter for Rosaline's plan. But right now, you're acting like a common adventurer.
Lol.
Thanks for speaking up for me. Those 2 really took me for a ride back then. Then again, surely no common adventurer would manage to get tangled up with them the way I did. That's gotta count in my favor, right?
It almost sounds like you wish to repeat the experience. I might have to lower my opinion of you.
He's just a battle junkie. Forgive him. Forgive him. He just can't. He can't live without battle.
No. I'll stop talking. Please, go on.
Lol.
Dottore is currently still experimenting with his newfound power in ways that continue to corrode the outside world. As for the human mutation, I believe this is simply a consequence of his experiments, and not a strategic move. That radiant beast was once a subordinate of Sandrone's. I suspect he was only allowed to live so that he could become an experimental subject. Also, those of us who fought Dottore have been afflicted with a curse. As such, I cannot leave Nodkrai.
This is so much worse than I thought. No wonder Her Majesty's decree is so extreme.
Can you share?
While these exceptional circumstances persist, the Harbingers are hereby authorized to use unilateral executive powers. Should Dottore pose a threat, Arlecchino and Sandrone are permitted to eliminate him.
Wow.
My thanks to Her Majesty. I will pass these good tidings on to Sandrone.
Her Majesty has also declared that she will refrain from launching an attack on the now evacuated Nodcry due to the presence of unretrieved research material.
A wise decision.
By the way, how's my old partner doing? I'm assuming they're with you?
Partner? You mean the Traveler?
Ay. They were kidnapped.
I'm afraid I have bad news. She was captured after our failed assault on Dottore's lab. Her whereabouts are currently unknown.
What? Why? Since when does Dottore have a bone to pick with her?
That is indeed the question. I'm not sure he does. He must have some other goal in mind.
This won't do. I have to rescue her.
You can't. We have no idea where the Traveler is.
What am I supposed to do then? Stand here twiddling my thumbs?
Sandrone is working on it. The best thing you can do right now is complete your mission.
Fine. I guess I'll leave this to you then.
One last thing. Tell the Rooster to get the message out to the gods and citizens of every nation in Teyvat. Beware. An uncontrollable pollution is spreading forth from Nodcry. The source of that pollution is a madman drunk on the success of his experiments. The Fatui and our allies will endeavor to contain the threat. However, if Nodcry falls, things are likely to escalate. Considering Dottore is one of our own, all Fatui stationed in Nodcry consider it our duty to stay and fight him to the bitter end. Whatever the cost.
Hey, don't be too pessimistic. If it comes to it, I'm sure Her Majesty won't stand by and do nothing.
I hope you're right.
You're right on time.
Thanks. Hey, do you think I'll get that gliding exam exemption? I made sure I was on my best behavior in Mondstadt. I landed well outside the city and walked in through the gates.
I'll help you apply, don't worry. For now, let's see what we have here.
What are the doctor's energy fields even made from? The usual attract and repel principles that govern Kuvaki don't seem to apply to them.
They are very mysterious, but ultimately, they appear to be comprised of energies from the three realms. Thanks to research by Master in the Hexen Circle, we know that Teyvat's 7 elements are derived from the more primordial power of the Light Realm, which is antagonistic with the power of the Void Realm. Since you have the power of the Dragon Durin within you, I'm sure you can already tell that this energy field contains no abyssal energy.
That's true. It's not abyssal energy. It's something pure, wild, and untamed.
I've been thinking about something. Do you still remember the device that Dory supplied from the Academia when you and Miss Columbina fought Raria?
Yes, I do.
That was one of the most marvelous feats of ingenuity I've ever seen. The design, the craftsmanship, the material selection. I couldn't fault any of it.
Is he just complimenting Kaveh? Is he just complimenting our babe Kaveh? It was splendid work, splendid machine. Who is the creator of it? His name is Kaveh and his husband is very territorial. Beware.
Not to mention the operating principles. Surely the most ingenious feature of all. Dory didn't go into detail on how it functions, but I have a working theory. The clue was that Miss Columbina was somehow able to use the pyro energy that you provided, despite the fact that, as a moon goddess, she should only be able to use light realm energy in principle. Now, all elemental energy is, of course, derived from light realm energy to begin with. Hence, I suspect that the device works by restoring elemental energy to its original state. This presumes a theoretical model of the 7 elements akin to that of light refracted through a prism. Perhaps it is no mere analogy. Maybe there is indeed a prism in this model. I almost wonder if the idea for the device was conceived based on direct observations of said prism. It would explain how such an ironclad design concept was achieved.
I can see hot guy. Also, I think that device was indeed made by Kaveh. So Nahida was right that Kaveh is the closest to the true wisdom.
It is at once a masterwork of engineering and a groundbreaking application of the Academia's latest elemental theories. I suspect only Lesser Lord Kusanali herself could have devised such an ambitious technology. But back to the energy field before us. If this is pure light realm energy, its relation to elemental energy is one of integration versus division. Or you could say that the former contains the latter. Could this mean that elemental energy can dilute the power of the light realm?
Should we give it a try?
We should.
Oh!
It works!
Clear signs of disruption were detected at the periphery of the energy field. This indicates that elemental energy can disturb or even negate the field. Now you try.
All right, here goes. It's working!
Switch to abyssal energy and attack again. No surprises there. Abyssal power drains the energy field to a significantly greater extent. I now feel confident in asserting that the energy field is indeed pure light realm energy, and that elemental energy can dilute it.
But the energy field is huge. How much elemental energy will it take to neutralize it?
We don't have to neutralize it completely. We can try other approaches. That's all for theory. Would you like to continue watching?
Hot guy can just sit and listen, eavesdrop. They always know it doesn't. I'm starting to think that they are a dedicated trio now.
So you knew I was here?
Of course.
Huh? When did you get here?
A while ago. But Albedo sounded like he was working on his thesis defense back there. Back in Sumeru. You can end a person's whole career by interrupting them mid-speech.
Lol.
Very thoughtful of you. I'm truly touched. Could I ask you to lend me a hand?
With what?
A little test. Try using Animo to unleash a concentrated assault with circular blades, with the goal of breaking through at a singular point.
Nice! This time it tore through the field.
Tremendous. This is a major breakthrough.
Should we go through?
We probably shouldn't risk having mutually antagonistic energies in such close proximity. Durin, you stay here and watch the entrance. Hat Guy and I will go in to investigate.
Sounds sensible to me. Keep your eyes peeled, Durin.
Don't worry, I got this. You two be careful in there. Just give me the signal if you need help and I'll dive right in.
What do you mean, signal?
It's based on a new alchemical concoction I developed last month. When 2 bottles of it are smashed on the ground together, They emit a blinding burst of light. If it comes to that, remember to shield your eyes with your hat.
Glad I asked. Thanks for the heads up.
I'm starting to think that we are getting a new ship here. Enter the energy field.
Like I thought. Beyond a certain distance, we can't see the opening where we came in. Maybe that's to prevent people from escaping.
Sounds like Dottore style to me. Not much has changed. Things are basically the same here as they were before the energy field appeared.
They have no heartbeat and they're not breathing. We can only assume they're dead. But there are no visible wounds. Also, there's an animal squatting next to each body.
It's watching us. That's not an animal's gaze.
What are you trying to tell us?
Doesn't seem eager to talk. I guess maybe it's just an animal after all.
Let's keep looking around.
The Heretics' Utopia.
Same situation everywhere. Not a living soul in sight. Just countless bodies with animals standing watch over them.
Well, I think we can safely rule out the possibility that they're all pets.
Is skirting around the topic your way of showing consideration for other people's feelings?
What is this? What is this? What happened?
Just being cautious. I don't doubt that you can handle the truth.
Careful.
Please. Help us. Please.
Over there, I hear a voice. Come into being!
Please. Help us. Please.
What happened here?
I don't know. Suddenly, everyone collapsed. Then my line of sight got lower. I still have some of my senses left. I gotta get out of here.
It looks like there's a huge experiment going on inside this energy field. Maybe each energy field is its own giant experiment. Vile.
He's swapping human minds with those of animals. Even without the other circumstances, this would be an extremely radical experiment. Those people may have lost their sense of selves, but they are not fully animals either. If they were, they would have left. But instead, their instincts are driving them to remain by their dead bodies.
We should go. No sense in sticking around here longer than we need to.
Agreed.
This is horrible. Not only dialogues got bugged, but even the music sounds weird now.
Ah, you're back! Everything okay?
We saw some things that take a strong stomach. Otherwise, we're fine.
We should share our findings with the others.
Ta-da!
Yes? Who is it?
Miss Nefer, it's me, Albedo. We found a way to break through the energy fields. With enough control, it's possible to tear them open using elemental energy. Also, we managed to take a look inside. Dottore is carrying out his cruel experiments on an immense scale. Any residents who have failed to evacuate in time will likely meet a grisly end.
Sounds like he's living down to our expectations.
Might I ask how things are proceeding on your end?
I'm just about to get started. I'll be in touch once I have a result.
Understood. Stay safe.
I will.
Well, Nefer, I'll link up with you once my tasks are complete.
What makes you think I'd need you to do that?
I'll need it. And considering the way you approach certain matters, I think you'll be better off with me present.
LOL. Gay. They are so gay.
Let's begin. Entering simulation mode. A vast wasteland. Is this the Traveler's inner world?
Oh, it's nice.
I was expecting something more vibrant, to be honest. Wait, someone's there.
What are you looking at? In that case, I'll look at it with you. I want to know all about everything you've seen and experienced. Is there somewhere I should return to? Or should I stay here and be the hero everyone says I am? I don't dislike my current life. Roaming the land, fighting battles, accomplishing missions, earning a living, looking after Paimon. It's not so bad. I guess the only thing that's missing is that you're not here with me.
Oh.
This is the conscious layer, which contains a person's true feelings. It is filled with both longing and kindness.
I suppose anyone who lives long enough ends up wishing for someone who can't be there. Maybe it's the only way we can feel truly alive.
Time to delve a little deeper.
It's interesting how that scene happens just after Nefer harped at Lauma, suggesting that they should be in one space together. Like, it kind of feels like it's supposed to be a parallel, that Nefer rejects people and rejects Lauma in this case, while Lumin, my traveler, is longing to be together with a person they care deeply about, so I feel like it's supposed to be juxtaposed with each other.
Nasha Town is hardly the optimal choice for a place to live, but it has character and a reasonable population density.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, don't be nervous. I was just thinking where might make a good starting point for your journey. Perhaps I should send you further afield. Conria, perhaps.
Conria ceased to exist long ago.
Once again, you fail to understand the possibilities that the Tri-Lune creates. Anything that has existed in the past, I can now recreate. You simply do not wish to see that happen. That might be because you miss your sibling and fear getting answers that you are not ready to learn. But this is not for me to judge. If we are to collaborate, we need to maintain an amicable relationship. In a moment, you will be able to...
Oh no.
What are you...
So never connected to me.
What are you gonna do?
Don't move. Something unwanted has crept into... Oh? Gone as quickly as it came.
Wow, that was quick.
Did you save me?
If I hadn't cut the connection, Dottore might have caught you from the other side and destroyed you.
Ay, 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 ay.
This was a good idea, but once is plenty. You were exceptionally brave. Excellent work.
Thanks, but now's not the time for that.
Albedo speaking.
I think I know where she is.
What is this endless darkness? I can't see anything, even though my eyes are wide open. But why? What happened?
Ah, sorry about that. I take it you didn't notice. Just now, a friend of yours took a little peek into your mind.
And here I thought that Nefer is only recreating stuff. I didn't realize that she could actually enter people's minds from afar. That it was not just a recreation of someone's psyche, but a direct connection to their psyche.
Could it be Nefer? How did she do it? Did she use something as a medium to connect to me?
Do you think she's aware of your current circumstances? Oh dear. Have I stunned you into silence? I only wanted to slow down your time a little so I could stop your intruder in her tracks. It would have been nice to capture the spy. I must say, I'm finding the ability to adjust the flow of time rather intriguing. The moment you closed your eyes, time seemed to grow impossibly viscous, didn't it? A whole month passed before you opened your eyes again, but only for you. No one else was affected. I dare say this is something only a god can achieve.
A month for one person, but not for the space around them. Interesting. Does it mean that time and space exist as separate concepts?
Point taken. You've proven once again that you have god-tier powers.
Oh, you misunderstand. This wasn't about proving a point. I was testing things out. I find I learn best by doing, and I have to admit, time is not the easiest dimension to control. I only wanted to make you sleep for a short while, but it ended up lasting a whole month. Clearly some finesse is required to wield the authority over time as I wish. I hope you're not angry with me. It was only a month's discrepancy, nothing too serious. Had I been off by a year, a decade, or even a century, that would have been quite a different story.
You could have frozen me for millions of years. So much for collaboration. You aren't showing much sincerity.
Millions of years? To what end? I wonder if you don't understand humans all that well. They are very pragmatic creatures who understand only that which they can perceive with their senses.
No? Our real world is proof that that's wrong because so many people believe in God that they can't perceive. They just told themselves it exists and they started explaining everything around them as signs of God. But they have no proof and no empirical evidence, and yet they still believe it.
If I had you sit here for a week, I imagine people might sympathize. But if I left you here for 100, 1,000, or 10,000 years, the sheer size of that number would cause it to lose all meaning to them. They would not have the capacity to comprehend your suffering, and thus they could not empathize.
I mean, do you have to be able to comprehend that number to empathize? I don't think so. Like, we already witnessed one of the other Hoyoverse's characters being trapped in a time loop for 33 million lifetimes that each lasted at least 1,000 years, which gives a lot. Like, 33 billion, I would say, years. And even though we can't comprehend it, the amount of suffering, we can extrapolate how much suffering that must have been from the glimpses that we saw. We can extrapolate it and basically use math. Like, the moments of suffering equals 33 billion years. Our brain can't really comprehend that type of suffering, but we still can empathize to some extent, even if we can't exactly put ourselves in the shoes of that person and the number is just too big to imagine. We still can, to some extent, empathize with the suffering.
Unfortunately, while gods do exist in Teyvat, it is ordinary humans that account for most of the population.
Do you want to create everyone into a god?
Their lifespans are so limited, their bodies so fragile. Did you ever really hope that they could begin to understand someone like you?
Okay, so this is his angle. He's trying to kinda preach, you aren't human, you live longer than them, therefore they can't understand you and you are alone. He wants basically to make Traveler feel they are alienated, to manipulate them to join his cause, but for what end, still, I don't know.
Your long life and unique origins make you fundamentally different from them. How long will it be before they start to treat you like the alien you are? Before you are ostracized, outcast?
Alien?
Don't listen to this asshole. He is not right.
Even I feel bad for you sometimes. This world has made you into a slave. So many times you have served its will, and not once have the powers that be ever thought to grant you the one simple thing you wish for. You have been treated most unfairly. I can change that. I will grant you special privileges and give you back the status you rightly deserve as a descender.
Why? To which end? Why do you need that? Why does he need that? Why does he need us? Why does he need us at that level of power and authority? What is he trying to do?
I've entered the past 3 times at this point, but I still have so many questions. For instance, beyond each point being further back in time than the last, what determines the specific locations at which I can make entry?
Yeah, exactly my question from yesterday. That I was thinking but didn't say aloud.
So far, the common thread linking all 3 scenarios is that the Traveler has been present.
Huh, interesting.
But it's more than that. I know I sensed something familiar around her. What was it? I'll keep this question in mind as I carry on.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend nor control.
I feel like my prediction from yesterday about the barrier being Columbina will be right.
This looks like Star Sand Shoal. Was this before Rerir regained his physical form?
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna go your way.
The cannon. That's right. I was at Silvermoon Hall and I sensed an abnormal Kuvaki fluctuation coming from Nasha Town. And right after that, came an ominous power emanating from Star Sand Shoal.
My body was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself. But even so, my life and will were not extinguished.
This is what he meant. He literally was traveling through time, but in pieces.
I wonder if I could try to prevent his resurrection.
I doubt it.
But how would I do it? What can I do, here and now?
Barrier!
Traveler! Behind you! Look at that light!
No, I won't make it in time. She's using the Kuvaki shield like I taught her. Is she gonna use it to block the cannon's beam? She's strong. I'm sure she can manage. But the force released when the beam impacts the shield might lead to collateral damage.
Yes, exactly! Shield, 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 shield!
Easy Island. The Frost Moon Scions will be exposed to lethal levels of Kuvaki.
She was the one behind the shield!
A question, if I may. Kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked. Did you also have a hand in that?
She said no at the time, but she was in fact responsible, just in the future, from the future.
Maybe that really was me after all. Well, future me. But I don't know if I have enough power left.
Siki sato pasa sax, sniti ipotuvtos.
There's no time.
Osestikos paratin tirantur risuiku, topirto aithion feraton.
I have to make it. Oh, Frost Moon. Oh, great land. Oh, slumbering moonlight of Nodcry. If you can hear me, if you can sense my call, then please, heed me once more!
I was right.
Did it work?
It worked!
Hey, wake up. Hey, did you hear me? Columbina, I said wake up now!
Oh, good morning, Sandrone.
It's 3 in the afternoon, actually. And could you kindly not use my quarters as your personal nap room next time?
But I feel so safe here. And your coffee, right? It's so bitter, but it smells lovely.
It's like you were raised by wolves in a forest or something. What did you drink growing up? Grass tea?
The Frost Moon Scions certainly led a more frugal existence than the Fatui.
Then I'll bet you've never eaten one of these before.
It smells delicious.
Aww, they're having a date basically. Okay.
That's because it's a Fontanian recipe. I had a little free time today, so I made a batch.
She made them!
Rosaline will be here shortly, but if you really can't wait, I guess you can go ahead and...
Lol.
Hey, at least let me finish before you start eating! Did the Frost Moon Scions not teach you basic table manners?
Lol.
Or did the rules not apply to you because you're the high and mighty moon goddess?
These are so tasty.
Of course they are. I made them.
I was worried they might contain traces of machine oil.
What?
Oh my god.
You know, there's something I've always wanted to ask you. Why did you leave your old home and join the Fatui? I mean, I'm sure their food was awful. But there's gotta be more to it than that.
Well, life there didn't go quite how I imagined.
What were you expecting? You're a god. Your followers are gonna make some demands of you, right? Surely you can just answer a few prayers here and there in return for the free food and drink. How bad can it be?
Well, would you help other people just for free food and drink? The doctor told me that you were created by a great mechanic, Lord Something Fisher.
Something Fisher.
The Lord Artificer. Ugh, some people can't keep their mouths shut.
Lol.
Oh, Lord Artificer. And didn't he have something to do with the, narcissist?
Narcissist.
Narcissenkreuz Ordo.
Yes, that was it. Narcissenkreuz Ordo. So, would you try to fulfill their wishes?
You must be joking. I wouldn't go even if they paid me. I don't even know them.
Exactly. Well, I felt the same way. I did not know the people who made demands of me.
What do you know? We're on the same page for once. In his later years, Alan did ask me if there was anything I wanted to do. If I had any wishes of my own. Well, I don't. And I'm not in any mood to fulfill someone else's either.
Who's Alain?
He was the... You know what? Never mind. You're not gonna remember. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, neither of us is the self-sacrificing type. Let me ask you this. What sort of place would you like to live in, if you could choose?
A place where people don't ask me for things I cannot give them. Where they don't worship me, or fear me, but just want to chat with me like a normal person. I'd also like the freedom to come and go as I please. And ideally, it would be somewhere with the smell of coffee and snacks.
Not to burst your bubble, but no such place exists in the world. Now, take your snacks and scram.
She had a dream?
Did I pass out? Of course. I'm back here again. I dreamed of events from my past. Sandrone, Traveler. I miss you all so much. Back there, I guess I managed to harness all the Kuvaki energy on Hisi Island. But how did I do it? Time is flowing backwards here, and I can use that familiar power to enter the world of the past. That mystery ally everyone talked about. It was me all along.
Yeah, you know what? I wish they actually did this type of storytelling with Sairini. It would be far more interesting to watch than simply running through a court full of nothing. If it was handled like Colombina's intervention, I would love it. It would be really cool. Especially if it was really nicely interwoven with what was happening outside. And I'm feeling a little mad for the sake of Sairini. That her entire story was shoved into one patch. And was mostly about someone else, everyone else, than herself. To be honest, we should have gotten Sairini's POV in 3.5 and then discover some of the stuff from 3.7. And then in 3.7 we should get the sequence like Colombina is having right now. Going back in time, helping here and there, filling in the gaps of the timeline.
I can sense that there isn't much more power remaining up ahead. What lies at the end of all of this? Will time keep flowing into the past? And will I ever find my way back?
I wonder what will be the next memory.
It's getting harder and harder to use my power. I'm no match for the Abyss in this state. I need to avoid the contaminated fragments. Time to go. I wonder where I'll find myself this time. The Final Night Cemetery. This is where Flint's is based.
Or not! How are we supposed to read through this many files?
So this was you too!
Difficult, yes, but it is also our most efficient option.
Seems like they're searching for information. Oh, I remember. Flint and Varga talked about some files on the Wild Hunt. Was this my doing too?
To expose the true intentions of this Rarir, we need to dive into Notcry's history.
Are my actions changing the past? Or are they simply completing a process?
I would say they're completing the process. This is a closed loop.
Is all of this inevitable? Or am I the one making these decisions? If I choose not to help them now, will it change how things turn out?
Good question.
Hope we don't land on our heads then.
They're my friends. I can't not help them.
True.
Ghost!
And the other one was... here.
How does she know that?
Another file's moving!
How does she know where the files were?
That should do it. Luanatar? You can sense my presence? Wait!
Oi oi. Again! Stand back.
Luanatar. So she's that familiar presence I've been sensing all along. She's always been by the Traveler's side. That explains why the Traveler has been there each time I've entered the past. But why Luanatar? Is it because she has a connection to me as the Moon Goddess's familiar? If so, why not any other Kuhenki?
I'm starting to think that you turn into a Luanatar.
That's... I cannot sense any power up ahead. Just a void, stretching out into infinity. This is likely my final chance to enter the past. It's now or never. I have to find a way back.
Wait, will she be her own origin like Cyrene when the time... Will she be someone who gets born from the future?
Hisi Island? How far back in time is this?
I have a feeling that this is the moment when she was born.
Where's Luanatar? I can't sense her presence this time.
Nope.
Seeing Anafa and Aino reunited like that sure was heartwarming.
Okay, we are not that far into the past, actually.
Traveler, Paimon.
You will turn into a Luonotar. Yes, you will. I know it now.
No. Stay calm. I don't have much power left to change things. I don't even have that much time left here. Think, Columbina. How do I find a way back? A way back... to where?
Oh no, is she forgetting?
Do I go back to Moon Prayer Night? Or to the future that followed?
Yes, exactly. Where do you go back to?
And if I return in my current state, what will become of me then? Dotori's actions that day proved that he'd been planning that for a long time. He had already seized the power of 2 moon marrows before capturing me. Even if I manage to get back, how can I fight against him when he wields the Tri-Lune Authority? I can't. If I go back like this, I'll be playing right into his hands. I have to find some way of rivaling the power he has usurped. Wait. Time flowing backwards. The Tri-Lune Authority. Does that mean... I think I know what the final destination of this lunar reflection might be. I know what I must do.
Tell me!
Speaking of homes, we must already be close to where the Frost Moon Scions live. The vibe here feels different. Just like the scenery.
But how do I communicate my plan to my friends? Should I write it down here? No. Someone else will see it. I need something with a close connection to me. Something I can use as a medium to tell them what's happened to me in here. Now it makes sense.
Luonotar! She created the Luonotar here.
Hey, what was that? I feel like some sort of breeze blew by, and then the petals suddenly turned into... Huh?
It was I who brought Luonotar into being. I gave up a piece of my own soul to create her.
She is the medium! You... Columbina created Luonotar, and then Luonotar became the connection between the regular flow of time and the backwards flow of time. Because she created Luonotar in the past, she could enter every moment in which Luonotar existed. Because they were connected. Luonotar has a piece of her soul and they can resonate.
That's why I could sense a familiar power from the moment I entered this space. It also explains why she's been present in every past location that I've entered. Because we have a deep connection.
It's a literally similar case to Demiurge, Philia, and Mem.
Hey there! What's your name?
And the reason why there are no more gates to the past after this point is that Luonatar hadn't been born then. No wonder I sensed the trace of a blessing when we first met, but I still didn't recognize the soul hidden within you. Back then, I was just a little lost dove. I had yet to become Columbina Hyposelenia.
Go on now. We've got stuff to do. Best you find someone else to hang out with.
Huh?
Hey, you scared it off.
I'll be counting on you.
Aww.
Remember to stay by the traveler's side, guide her, and help her in my stead. Oh, and bring her to the garden where the moon prayer blossoms grow. There's a little lost dove there who will need her help. Go on. You too. Go and live your story. As for mine must go in a different direction.
Aww.
How would you like to experience the thrill of never being held accountable for your actions? You could crush people like ants without consequence, or tear off their heads or limbs as you please.
Why those are the two first examples you give? What if I want to feed the needy without consequence? What if I want to abolish money without consequence? No! Your first idea is to kill someone!
Believe me, such a life is but one small step away.
Fuck you!
What point is he trying to make? Freedom? But the freedom to kill? To do evil and get away with it?
Yeah, that's stupid type of freedom. What if I want to become free and, I don't know, abolish capitalism or something?
Why would you offer me that?
The creation of a world is the ultimate scientific experiment. I have taken my research to the highest level, where I shall be not just a god, but also a servant to many sacred spirits. I shall heed the truth and perform holy deeds.
Holy my ass. Ouchie. Ultimate scientific experiment. God and servant.
A god's laboratory is the perfect playground. But it needs the right occupant to explore its full potential. Mortals are found everywhere one looks. Not so with Descenders. I'd prefer my first guest to be a distinguished individual such as yourself. And I know you could make the most of the opportunities it offers.
No, thank you.
So the condition for entering the New World is to take innocent lives. The same dilemma that Rerir once faced.
Well, that's not a dilemma. That's just a no. That's just a no. That's just a no answer. It's easy if you're not a fucking Nazi. You hear that you'll enter a new world if you kill people? No! Fuck you! I would rather die.
Could I really bring myself to kill others for my own benefit?
No.
Rerir did. And look where it got him.
Have you made up your mind?
That's a no!
I can't do it. Your playground is no place for me. You're putting your hopes in the wrong person. But we both know I'm not quite the hero you say I am either. I have my own reasons for the journey I'm on. And they aren't all selfless.
You've grown a lot since we last met. But there are still things you are unwilling to compromise on. This will only hinder you.
I wouldn't call it a compromise to kill people.
Why don't I lower my requirements a little as a gesture of goodwill? I'll give you a little time to learn to be a less noble soul. That'll make things much easier for you.
No.
I really doubt I could live that sort of life.
And yet you already sound less defiant than a moment ago. The benefits appeal to you because you can read the signs of the times.
No. Don't make the traveler into a fucking Nazi.
Why don't we return to my research facility? Your last visit was so rushed. There is much that I have yet to show you. Now to that question,
Heroes don't attack from behind. Guess I'm no hero.
This is most disappointing.
Battle? Gravity!
Now then.
Oh?
A new face. Interesting.
So we were inside. And Dottore also doesn't remember Scaramouche, so he was affected by the Irminsul if he wanted or not. God Hat Guy, how did you get here?
You're still gonna call me Hat Guy after that, huh?
You came all this way just to save me?
I didn't see anyone else in there who needed saving.
Thank you so much. Fair point. Just caught me by surprise. Thank you. Wait, you're injured?
It's nothing. I'll be fine. Why are you looking at me like that? Is it that shocking that I'd come to your rescue?
I am more shocked that you caught the doctor off guard.
I owed you a favor back in Sumeru. Now we're even.
Lol.
Distracting Dotori was tough. I won't lie.
Hot Guy is wearing bloomers. What are bloomers? I don't know every word for every piece of clothing, I think. You're referring to the piece of clothing.
He's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That was my one shot. I'd hoped to use it to take him out.
Well, you made a choice.
Ugh. I never wanted to obliterate someone more than I do right now.
Okay. Just... not me.
Dotori doesn't recognize me, but his segments were originally made based on an analysis of my operational principles. I expect it's only a matter of time before he figures out what I am.
Those are not chilled diaper shorts, though. I think I saw shorts like that before in Japan. Or those are like those long trousers that Japanese traditional clothes have, but they were shortened.
So Dotori doesn't recognize Wanderer because he deleted himself from Irminsul.
Yeah.
Did he really miss his only chance for revenge by saving me?
Why the long face? Hey, I'm not blaming you, okay? And I'm not complaining either. Rescuing you and killing Dotori are equally important goals.
Well, you made a choice.
Everyone would be pretty stuck without you. It's best you live to fight another day.
Why is he suddenly so sentimental?
How are you holding up? Are you alright?
Yeah, Hakama, you're right. The Hakama, it looks like Hakama, but very short.
Hat Guy said to put safety first, so we agreed to run as far away as we could after leaving the energy field, and only meet up once it was safe.
You don't look injured. It seems that Dotori didn't do anything to you.
Yeah, I'm fine, guys, thanks.
Alright. Rescue operation complete. Let's head back.
Now that you said Hakama, it looks like this specific design for Scaramouche is blending Sumeru clothing and Inazuma clothing, like the references, you know, the Japan and ancient Persia, Sumer, whatever the Sumeru was based on.
There's a lot more work to be done before this is over.
True Moon! We started another quest! Yay, yay! Paimon will be very, very happy to see who is back! Mommy is back! Are we going to throw hands? Tutorial?
Understood. I will bear the Tsaritsa's decree in mind. I don't see what's so awesome about it, though. Does he really think everyone else is as immature as him? I'm not stooping to Tartaglia's level.
Oh, lol. Sorry. I just always laugh when a harbinger just keep insulting another harbinger that is not currently in the room. And it's not always child. It's sometimes someone else, like Dottore.
I thought you might say that. How's your progress?
Quite promising, actually. That alchemist Albedo gave me a few ideas.
Who would have thought that one day Albedo would be helping a harbinger?
Remember how I asked you to look up some files for me? That stuff on the Nazistenkreuz Institute. René de Petrichor and Jakob Ingold.
Jakob? So they are reading his name Jakob instead of Jacob.
Alain Guillotin despised René's theories and methods, but he never managed to come up with better alternatives either. So I adopted some of René's ideas.
I thought Alain was like a father to you. He and René were mortal enemies, were they not?
And what would you say if Lenny and his friends one day learned something useful from someone you utterly detested?
I would applaud them for it. That would mean that they have surpassed me.
For all we know, Alain Guillotin might have thought the same thing. Not that it matters, though. He's dead, and I'm alive. So it's my call to make. Once you die, it doesn't matter how great you were in life. Only the living get to decide what happens next.
Never!
Hey, come on out. They're back.
Yay!
Huh?
Yay! I am back.
You're back? And your head's still screwed on? And you still have all your limbs?
Yes? Why are you asking such question?
What does it look like? Way to keep your composure, madam.
Lol. Lol.
Excuse you. I am perfectly composed.
Hey everyone, I am back.
Glad you're okay. Yes, it's a huge relief.
Oh, even Arlecchino is happy. Sorry for making you all worry.
Worry? Oh, yeah, right. You think we, the Fatui, were worried about you?
Yes? You're really bad at pretending.
We were worried sick.
Hey!
The Traveler and I were already friends. You are free to join this mission in whatever capacity you please. Much like your tea parties.
It's a laugh a minute with you guys.
Lol.
I must say, I was quite surprised when Mr. Albedo told me he would need no additional aid.
We discussed this on our way back as well. I am rarely so unequivocal, but in this case, we had full confidence in Hat Guy.
He said he knew what he was doing. Albedo and I pretty much had to just wait outside on standby. Meanwhile, Hat Guy broke into the energy field and rescued the Traveler solo.
Well, he is the level of a harbinger, but nobody knows it. It's hilarious.
You didn't have to mention that.
Lol. He was soloing! But it was soloing get in, get out, not the fight.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed. You are a force to be reckoned with, Hat Guy.
Lol.
Is she back? Is she really back?
Hi, Mon!
Traveler! It's really you!
They improved on animations. Now you can hug. It's really me, Paimon. I am back.
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon missed you so much!
Aww.
You can finally breathe easy, Paimon.
It's great to have you back in one piece! Oh, Paimon's been having nightmares the whole time you were gone!
Aww. Poor baby.
Look at them. You know, once you reach my age, there's nothing better than watching a misty-eyed reunion between friends.
It's nothing. Same goes when you get to my age, too. I bet Aino and Anefa would be tearing up as well if they were here.
I guess. You're both old? How old are you, Varka?
Varka, I'm not sure Anefa can cry.
Why are you talking to him like that? He's not a Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius anymore to you. He's just Varka, your beer buddy.
Oh, yeah, good point. Hey, your eyes are looking a little red and puffy. Come here, let's hug it out.
What? They're going to hug!
What? Ew, no! No, thank you. You're not my dad, okay? Knock it off! Everyone, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. But the silver lining is, I didn't come away from this ordeal empty-handed. While I was being held captive, I learned a lot about Dottoro's current capabilities and what he plans to do with them. Allow me to explain.
The three moon goddesses were even more powerful than we imagined. No wonder Dottore believes himself to be equal to the gods, maybe even superior.
Utter blasphemy.
While everyone was gone, Nefer and I made an interesting discovery, and I believe Miss Sandrone has something to share too. Ma'am, perhaps you could do the honors?
Sandrone explains Colombina's situation and shares the findings of her research so
Called
far.
it. Getting rid of a pesky troublemaker like her is like trying to clean up after a crumbly cake. It always comes back to haunt you.
Colombina is alive! I knew she wouldn't give up.
Our next step is to find a way to bring her back.
A place where time flows backwards, with no destination in sight. Surely it must have been created for a specific purpose. But I fear the answers are buried deep into Vat's history, held by great powers beyond our reach.
It sounds like she's on a specific path through time, just traveling in the opposite direction to us. The question is, where does that path lead? Or will it keep going to infinity?
We considered that question as well. Strictly speaking, time is not infinite.
Indeed not. Every road has an end.
Nicole! You sure loved quietly sneaking in mid-conversation.
Lol.
I do, in fact. It's something I've always done at our mages' tea parties. Quiet, mysterious, and persuasive.
Lol.
You wonder what lies at the end of her road. Well, just as the world has a beginning and an end, so too does time. And so, the end of the road is the moment that Teyvat was born.
I'm fine, and you? Teyvat was born.
But where Miss Colombina will end up along this road, that depends on where this particular river of reverse time began.
What about the original moons and the moon goddesses? Do they have a beginning too?
All things do. In the beginning, no moons adorned the sky. It was the Dragon King Nibelung who raised the three moons into the heavens, and thus were the moon goddesses born. They were shadows of the planet, born to wield Nibelung's authority and oversee the world on his behalf. They were extensions of his will, manifestations of his majesty. But then one day, They disappeared just as suddenly as they had once been brought into being. Nobody knew where they had gone.
And we're back to Columbina's POV.
Like I thought, no more paths back to reality have emerged since. But how can I be sure that I'm going the right way without scenes from reality to keep me on track? I can't even be sure of how long I've been walking for. The further I travel, the less stable this space becomes. There are even moments where I can sense something that feels like abyssal energy.
Yeah, it looks kinda corrupted now. Very purple.
They can just materialize out of thin air. I have to keep my wits about me.
Investigate the anomaly ahead. Rare!
Is that the ray here of Solnari? I can't believe he survived. How did he do it?
You are the moon goddess. But how? Please, there's no need. I'm not interested in fighting anymore.
Suspicious.
I find that a little difficult to believe.
Yeah. Honestly, so do I.
He sounds far more sane than last time.
The way you used my own power against me was... It was a brilliant strategy. And then, in the final moment before I was thrown into this space, I got to see an old friend.
Mr. Dainsleif.
Right. It was so long ago now. But we were friends once. When I first got here, I was filled with hatred, remorse, and rage. How I cursed and devoured. I tore everything here apart. I was consumed by the desire to leave this place and have my vengeance. But to no avail. This is a place with no exit.
I highly doubt that.
This is the second time I've entered this space. Though I have no memory of the first. I was torn to shreds the moment I entered. But this time I survived. It must be partly because of this new body, and partly because of all the Kuvaki I absorbed in Nodcry.
Are you the source of the abyssal power in here?
Not all of it. Some is from when I first arrived here and tried to destroy everything. But there was already a degree of abyssal power here before I entered. And like a venomous snake baking in the merciless sun, it tried to slither into my shadow.
Snake comparison sounds suspicious. Especially considering the animation on the battle paths. There was a kingdom, 2 heirs, 1 female heir that went looking for something, was corrupted, and there was a snake eating a pearl. And that snake was dark. Was that an abyss? Was that an abyss allegory?
tried to. So, you rejected it?
Yes. Because after that, the world suddenly became silent for a moment.
What do you mean?
The voices in my head, they were gone. And then I saw her.
Oh?
Her?
The Lindis. My former lover.
Never mentioned that she saw a memory of the Lindis leaping into the moon's reflection.
More precisely, I saw her afterimage. I'm sure the real her is long gone. She was just an ordinary Conrian. She couldn't have survived here for very long. Anyway, why have you come here? Didn't you know it was a dead end?
I had a suspicion. Wasn't Tolindis part of the dynasty that was connected to the Crimson Moon? I mean, it doesn't mean that they technically needed to have moon-like powers, but considering Arlecchino's prowess at wielding the Crimson Moon power, I guess it's possible that they had some degree of power related to the moons? So maybe Tolindis could have survived just a bit here, considering that it was power of Kuvaki, just corrupted by the abyss. Columbina also survived entering this space because she has the power of Kuvaki, and now Rerir also survived because he had the power of Kuvaki in him, most likely. So there is a possibility that Tolindis, if she had any capacity to harness the power of the moons, could have possibly survived entering this space. Also, his question is interesting. Yeah, as a moon goddess, she didn't know that she was entering the moon's reflection and that she will be trapped in a space that is going backwards in time.
If I hadn't escaped through the moon gate, my friends would have been in far greater danger.
Oh, I see. Because of your power. The power of a moon goddess.
What?
You'd like to know how I know, wouldn't you? The one who resurrected me said so. I could hear a deep lust for power in his voice.
Huh? Don't tell me it was all doctors doing.
Do you mean Dottore?
Of course it was the doctor.
Dottore. So that's what he's called. He'd been collecting fragments of my body for a long time, all so that he could resurrect me at the moment of his choosing.
He was collecting a puzzle. I wonder how much time did it take, considering that Wild Hunt was known for hundreds of years.
I had no interest in his research. But being as corroded by the abyss as I was, we were aligned as far as hunting the moons and recovering my strength were concerned.
So this is how you got the idea to use Kuvaki?
So that's why the Wild Hunt suddenly became so active in Nodcry. When I left the Fatui in my weakened state, Dottore must have felt that his time had come.
Moon Goddess, could I ask a favor of you?
What?
I know this is a lot to ask, especially from someone who tried to kill you. If you refuse, I won't fight it. But this is the only thing I desire now. Nothing else matters.
What do you want?
I'd like you to take a message to Thalindis for me.
Thalindis? But...
Yes, she's dead. But like I said, I saw her afterimage. I can sense that some part of her soul remains here. Far, far ahead.
why don't you go and speak to her yourself?
I can't. I don't know why, but I can't move freely in this space as you can. All I can see is a glimpse of her, walking away. Just like the moment when I last saw her in life. In return, I will clear these abyssal obstacles for you. No, not in return. I'll clear them for you, whether you want to help me or not. It feels like something I ought to do.
Why?
Yeah. Why, indeed. I've been asking myself that question a lot recently. Why did I do the things I did?
I don't know. I never tried to understand Nazism. I would venture a guess that nobody can understand that type of thinking and where it comes from.
I'm tired of it all. Tired of the person I became. People used me. And then I turned around and started using others. I hurt a lot of people.
Well, at least he is reflecting on his bad choices in life.
I think I grew tired of it long ago. But I wouldn't admit it to myself. And ultimately, that's how I ended up here.
Do you know how many people died because of your hesitance? Do you know how many people could have lived?
What do you wish to tell her?
All of it. My past. My mistakes. Everything that happened after we were separated.
Is it okay if I give her the abridged version?
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty you can skip over. Just tell her the important parts. Whatever you think that means.
Like the part where you relentlessly tried to kill us?
Lol.
It's up to you. Love demands honesty. But my relationship with Thalindis was built on lies.
Exactly.
We hid too much from each other. But after living my whole life in the shadows, I don't want to hide anything anymore.
I will do my best.
There. The abyss will no longer stand in your way.
Even though Mr. Dainsliff felt he had to fight you, I think he still regarded you as a friend.
Dane?
He said that you betrayed him, but he also felt great remorse at never having understood what you were truly going through.
Aww.
Why tell me this?
Well, when, if not now?
Because if he'd known that someone could take a message to you, I believe that's what he would have said.
Aww.
Thank you. It means a lot. I know this will sound strange coming from me, but don't die, Moon Goddess. I can tell that you're determined to get out of here.
He kept his word. The abyss is no longer obstructing my path.
I can see her. I can see her. Tolindes. Is she existing as a memory? She has a weird animation.
Is that the Lindis? She wasn't far off at all. And yet, they can never meet.
I guess.
Hello, Miss Delindis.
Who are you? How do you know my name? I've never seen anyone else here before.
You can call me Columbina. I promised Rerir that I'd bring a message to you.
Rerir? My Rerir? Is he well?
He's doing better than he was.
Better than he was, huh? Sounds like he's had a pretty rough time.
Others have had a rough time on his account too. In many cases, their time ran out because of him.
What a poetic way to say he killed them.
And I'm not just talking about the children of the Crimson Moon.
So, things got worse before they got better. Could you tell me what happened, Miss Columbina?
Are you sure you wish to know?
Yes. This is my opportunity to learn the truth. No matter how hard it is to hear, I have to know.
I admire your courage. However, time is short. I cannot stay here for long. Rerir had seeds of hatred in his heart, and many people nursed them for their own ends. On some level, everything he did was to try and find a way to see you again. But in the end, he came to regret his mistakes. He wanted to apologize for hiding his past from you. Beyond that, he did not say specifically what it was he wished to convey to you.
Why are you lying? He said tell her everything.
But I'm sure that you've always been on his mind. You are what has kept him going over all these years.
I'm sorry, Miss Columbina. This is so upsetting. I'm not sure how to put my feelings into words.
It's all right. I understand. Well, that's everything from me. So, I guess I'll be...
Wait. One moment. Time flows backwards here. The road ahead only leads further and further into the past.
I know. I intend to reach the end of that road.
Without a moon marrow, without the 3 moons' power, you won't make it far. Wait, unless... Are you one of the moon goddesses?
That was quick, Tolindis.
You could say that.
I see. I often think to myself, if life is like a train ride, why haven't I reached the terminus? Where am I even going?
Terminus! Mention!
And it's not just me. It's this whole place. Wherever it is, it seems like it's existed forever. It's such a mystery. Where is it going? I must seem so ridiculous. I can't answer these basic questions, and yet I jumped right in here without hesitating, only to be torn apart the moment I entered by powerful energy currents. Only my soul remains now.
So she was killed on entering.
Thinking back, I was suddenly overcome with fear and terror in that moment. Perhaps I too became bewitched by the abyss. I may have been the leverage it needed to control Rayrir.
Possibly.
I used to be a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum in Conria, researching the iridescent moon's marrow. Eventually, I came to the conclusion that time in here flows in reverse.
Smart.
Rayrir was one of the Vinster King's retainers. With me, he was in an impossible position. It plagued him constantly. I wanted to help him escape his lot in life. I wanted him to be happy, so I thought I'd use this place to return to the past. At the time, I thought I could just go back to the day that the Vinster King first found the prince. It was only after meeting the prince that the Vinster King started going too far with his research into the abyss. That was the day all of our woes began. I thought I could stop the king from ever meeting him and solve everything.
I couldn't kill the Vinster King himself, so I had to find another way to save Rayrir. That's why I wanted to go back, to kill the person who had brought new possibilities to our realm.
Why did her voice suddenly change?
I'm sure it was a futile endeavor, but the abyss probably enhances the basest human desires. So I naively hoped I could change everything. But I was simply too weak. Like a speck of dust against the whole universe. Look at me. I didn't even survive the journey here. Not physically, at least. I know I'm never getting out of here. But you're different. You can make it, and I want to help you. I owe you that much.
How do you plan to help me?
Have you noticed the golden energy that exists here? Based on my past research and my observations since coming here, I believe they carry you forward faster. I can share what I've learned and help you understand the pattern in which this energy appears. I think you just might... Now, I know you will be able to change the past. Also, I've been speculating about where this space ends. The documentation was scanned, but from what I know of the legends about the moons, the oldest ones seem to begin with Nibelung, king of dragonkind. I have no way of verifying any of it by this point, but if it's true, you might be able to reach that era if you keep walking.
Understood. Thank you, Miss Delendis.
If she keeps walking, will she be able to go back, but at the very far point in time?
I'm the one who should be thanking you. If you hadn't entered this realm of everlasting death, what use would my deductions be? Thanks to you, they have some meaning. About Rayrir, I'm so sorry. For everything.
It wasn't your fault.
That's not true. Because we both feared bringing trouble upon each other, neither of us ever told the truth. And that dishonesty sealed our fates. But enough about that. I wish you a safe journey, Miss Columbina.
It's funny that we have doomed heterosexual couple in this story, where most of the characters seem to be gay.
And and may the outside world never have to experience pain like this again. Rerir, you're there, aren't you? I cannot see you, because you exist in the future. I expect we'll be trapped in this prison of space-time for all eternity.
They will be trapped forever, separated.
But please, gaze upon the past, and then sit for a while. Let's find a place to sit down together, just like we did when we first met.
How long have I been walking? How much further till I reach the end?
Oh, you can see in her steps how heavy it is now. How hard it is to keep walking.
Is there even an end to be found?
Before she was gliding, now she's barely putting foot after foot.
Everything's getting blurry.
Don't give up. Do it. I know. Huh? Who are you?
Are you alright, little sister?
Red hair?
Have you come from the distant future?
Yes. I want to see the face! Damn it.
So, how exactly did the moons just disappear? Shouldn't it be a little harder to get rid of major creations like moons?
Maybe they also entered the moon's reflection.
The world is a vast and ancient place. On a certain scale, all life lasts for but a fleeting moment.
Miss Nicole explained that the moon goddesses likely perished in the War of Funerary Flame. The moons themselves were also destroyed at that time, save for the Frost Moon, from which a new moon goddess was later born.
Am I missing something then? 'Cause the stories say that the moon goddesses were born on the moon, but doesn't Columbina say she was born in Nodcry?
Huh, you're right!
Why do their birthplaces differ? What's the difference between the two generations of moon goddesses?
Also, remember what Sandrone said? Her scans detected 4 moons. In other words, 4 moon marrows.
Technically, the result of the scan means that 4 moon marrows were detected and positively identified as moons in that moment. In other words, this piece of information alone isn't enough for us to know how Miss Columbina is doing right now.
Yup. We have no way of staying up to date on whether she's dead or alive. She's on her own for now.
But at least she's trying her best to get back to us.
Yeah. She's a tough cookie. And a sore loser, too. We have to trust that she'll find a way. Because we really need her power. As much as it pains me to say it, we've got no chance of beating Dottore in a straight-up fight. He's much too powerful. It wouldn't even be close. That maniac is going to devour everything in his path until he reaches us. We need to find someone or something that can stop him before he does anything worse. I'll be frank. Our only hope of defeating this false god is with a real moon goddess on our side. I'm not just saying this because Columbina's a friend and I want her back safe and sound. It's just the truth. And I know that even she was no match for him when he attacked, but I don't have a better solution.
We're not giving up on saving her, whether she can defeat Dottore or not.
Right. Don't worry, Miss Sandrone. We're all aligned on saving Columbina.
No one's trying to argue that we can only justify saving our friend because it will help save the world. This is about multitasking. We want to save both.
So, she's more than just a moon goddess to you guys?
Absolutely.
Duh! She's part of the gang! And you are too, you know.
Yes, I know. You don't need to labor the point. I knew that the moment I came running over with my documents that I was part of the in-group. I mean, if Arlecchino can fit in, I certainly can. Anyway, as for how we get Columbina back, I've been working on it constantly. But I think I'm still lacking certain information about the moon. I'd probably get there if I could continue my calculations, but the problem is, I've run out of computing power.
Computing power? You mean you need more energy?
No, the issue isn't energy, it's processing power. There's so much data to get through that the whole process has just ground to a halt.
That's a tricky problem.
René de Petrichor of the Nazissenkreuz Ordo once foretold the fate of the world. But I don't know how he did it. My guess is that he used the primordial sea's power.
You're not really that wrong. Lumine, tell her.
However, that won't work for me. His methodology was vastly different from my own. What's worse, they're incompatible. And, to top it all off, we can't even leave Nodcry. Ugh, this is so annoying. If I'd known we'd run into a bottleneck like this. Well, no, the design bureau's a bust as well. Curse that Dottore! Couldn't have made this harder for me if he tried.
Oh, what do we do then? How about we grab a bite to eat and take a break? Maybe something will come to mind after you've cleared your head.
You don't get it, do you? I'm trying to calculate the fate of an entire world here. And I need accurate results, not big prophecies. Where the heck am I gonna find the computing power for that? Anyway, time to shelve the discussion on technical difficulties. Being a killjoy isn't very ladylike after all.
Lol.
Either way, we've done what we can. Rest well, everyone. Remember to let us know if anything new comes up.
Hat guy? Is he hinting that we should talk outside?
Let's go somewhere a little more private. You know that Dory went back to Sumeru, right?
Yeah. She mentioned she was planning to head back.
Things aren't looking good for Nodcry. She's gone to spread the word so that Sumeru has a chance to prepare for the worst.
Dory?
From what I know of Dottore, there are two possible reasons why he hasn't made a move yet. One is that he's still working through some kinks in his new powers. The other is, he wants to see how we're going to react. He'll easily devour everything eventually, so I guess he's in no rush to make it happen. The first false god he made was me. Now it's his turn. Even though my records were erased from Irminsul, Dottore's ideas haven't changed one bit. He once told me that becoming a god was like turning yourself into a hungry wolf or giant serpent to devour the moon. Clearly, he began studying the moon goddess's powers long before he even tried making a god. He's always wanted to get his greedy hands on divine authority one way or another. And in the end, he devoured the moon where I failed. In the desert of Sumeru, there is a chessboard built by King Deshret, also known as Al-Ahmar. I don't know if it was a real game, or if he was just trying to challenge his servants and citizens in some way. But creating games and setting rules, gods do that as a matter of course. That's the kind of power Dottore craves. Now he has the Trilunar Authority. His power is leagues beyond the common people. I don't think there's any point in other nations rushing to the front line. They're better off focusing on defense and hoping they can fend off any threats that spill out from Nodcry. Either way, Dori will inform Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she will contact the other gods in turn. The Seven will have some recourse available. If nothing else, their protection should keep the rest of the world from descending into chaos as quickly as Nodcry has. So on the bright side, even if Nodcry is doomed, your friends in other nations won't be in any immediate peril.
I wouldn't say that.
That's good to know. But I'm not ready to give up on Nodcry yet.
There's a word for people who refuse to let anything go. It's called being greedy.
Lol.
Maybe it sounds greedy to you, and probably naive too. But whatever you call it, that's what gives me the determination to keep fighting. Battles are fleeting, but the will to fight is a long-term commitment. Give up for even a moment, and your resolve will shatter.
Why do you always feel the need to do the right thing? No one is born to be a savior. I mean, who's gonna criticize you if you fail or give up?
Don't take this the wrong way, but Dottore said something similar to me. I guess the Fatui attracts people who don't believe in saviors.
Not necessarily. It's less about belief for me. I just want to know how determined you really are. After all, I don't owe anything to anyone else here. Only you.
You look kinda worried.
If your arch-nemesis was about to achieve their ultimate goal, I think you might feel a little worried too.
That's true. Dottore is about to become an omniscient, omnipotent deity. That's gotta be a bitter pill to swallow. Still, you're calmer than I expected.
Obviously. I have to admit that my past self was a reckless fool who misunderstood not only the point of revenge, but how to achieve it. And as much as I want my vengeance, I know I'm not gonna get it by acting alone. If the world's taught me anything, it's to think before I act. Too bad it never taught me any other virtues, though. So, I am going to destroy Dottore, no matter what it takes.
So, what's your plan?
I'll get to that. First, tell me, what do you think of Sandrone?
Just like Paimon said, she's a friend, part of the gang.
How much do you trust her? This is a serious question. Think carefully before you answer.
Although she's with the Fatui, she has her own values and she's helped us a lot. If nothing else, she's clearly going the extra mile for Columbina. I see no reason not to trust her.
If you say so. In that case, the three of us need to talk. I have some thoughts about her computing problem. It can be solved, but it will come with a cost.
How much? If I can afford it, I'll cover it.
Not the money.
sometimes your heroism really backs me into a corner. You know that? Come on, let's go talk to her.
I am finally free! And I need to leave again! I need to leave again! We are in the first stage of Act 8. There's still many stuff to do! Not enough time! But at least we finished that quest. True Moon.
Let us.
I need to do some farming, but that I will do that later. I mean, yesterday I didn't have time to raid anyone, but today I can do it. I assume the story of this patch is at least 9 hours. I would suspect so. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the story, and see you next time. I don't know if it will be tomorrow or next week. I know that I didn't plan to stream today because I thought I won't be able to, but it turned out I actually were able to stream, so I don't know about tomorrow, it depends. And the next week it will be most likely Tuesday. I don't know about the Monday though yet. Need to check. Anyway, thank you for dropping by and see you next time. Exactly next time, because I don't know when it will be. Bye!